News in the markets today, Google is going to fire a fifth of Motorola's workforce. Paul Vigna joins us. Talk a little bit about that. Paul,
how you
good morning.
doing? Yeah, Motorola Mobility, the company that Google bought a few months ago back in May, going to lay off. They said 20%, about 4,000 people. Most of those, about 2/3 of them, are outside the U.S., only about a third here in the U.S. It's kind of interesting, right? I mean, they bought this company, they paid $12.5 billion for it. Obviously, they make phones, it's a big deal, the mobile. They've kind of told you, they've bought the company, they're cutting people. They haven't really announced a big plan for the unit yet. It's very interesting, I think.
They do say, it's worth noting, they do say in the 8K filing, the SEC filing announcing this, that they plan to effectively cut back. They want to shrink Motorola's product portfolio, stop focusing on feature phones, and focus more on more profitable devices.
Yeah. So you see,
but you're right,
you see other places where they're trimming, right? Less phones, less people. But it'll be interesting to see what they're going to do with it. And I imagine the market's going to give them as much time as they want, right? I mean, Google sitting on a mountain of money. They can take their time with this one.
I think the stock was up a little this morning, too, on this news, right?
Yeah, you know what? I didn't even get a chance
maybe
to check, to be honest with you.
Maybe a percent or so.
Yeah, it's not a huge move for them. So they're going to they're going to take a $275 million charge probably in the third quarter on severance. You know, that's not a huge
negligible
deal for them. Right.
Where else, as far as stock markets, where are they pointing today?
Pointing lower. Asian markets are lower. U.S. futures here basically flat. Let's not kid ourselves. With the Dow futures down 12 points. I mean, it's basically flat. But they're pointing a little bit lower. So you're not getting the week off to a big start. The S&P 500, by the way, is on a six-session winning streak. Maybe that's in a little bit of jeopardy. And the reason is that you had overnight, you had Japan's GDP come in. Second quarter GDP came in about half of what people expected. So a lot of concern there. Again, you know, Japan, no one talks about Japan as much anymore, but still one of the largest economies in the world. So a deceleration there, not a very good sign. Merrill Lynch came out and cut their GDP forecast for China for 2012. That rattled some cages.
The world economy's engine.
Yeah,
great.
That rattled some cages too. So, you know, the proverbial growth concerns, Rolf.